going to be discovering 32 of the greatest BedWars achievements, which I can guarantee you didn't know. This is Tanqr, the player that would complete the hardest challenge in Roblox BedWars, the 1v30 clutch, basically winning a game of 30v30 as just one player. This challenge is so difficult that he's the only person in existence to have ever completed it. That is insane. As we all know, grinding out the battle pass takes an extremely long time, but there would be a player who would max out the entire battle pass in just one day. That's right, getting level 50 in only 24 hours. This would be achieved back in season 6 by a player named Ominous, who would grind Skywars for over 18 hours, an accomplishment that I honestly don't think will be done again. Now let's look at an achievement that would gain the attention of over 2 million people, the first ever BedWars music video, and you guessed it, BedWars is so fun. This song would be posted by Fulton and would be an instant hit, being loved by all of the community, which would inspire many more songs to come. And that's only 3 out of the 32 achievements I will be going over in this video, and they will only get crazier as the video goes on. This is the Fisherman kit, a kit that allows players to fish for loot in the void, but there would be a player who would fish for over 24 hours straight. This would be accomplished by Taza, where he would go on to obtain over 1,000 emeralds, 2,000 diamonds, and over 30,000 iron. Now that's dedication. And while Taza was fishing, a YouTuber would achieve one of the craziest and cringiest accomplishments in all of BedWars. This is Tapwater, a player who would literally get married in Roblox BedWars. That's right, married. The wedding would be live streamed to over 1 million people, having a groomsman and even a custom map made. Silly, but definitely interesting. This is RBX Glitches, a YouTuber who would play BedWars in one of the craziest places ever, a Walmart display laptop. That is insane. This stunt would actually end up getting him kicked out of the store, and believe it or not, there have actually been players who have played BedWars in even crazier places, which we will be going over later in the video. Now this achievement was definitely impressive, but let's look at the first player to ever surpass 10,000 wins, which would be done by none other than Million, only 8 months after the game's release. An accomplishment that even the sweatiest of players could only dream of. But there's an achievement that is so difficult that no one has ever completed it. You may have seen many YouTubers attempt the hardest challenge in Roblox BedWars, solo queuing to Nightmare, basically obtaining the Nightmare rank without a team. Many of the top players have attempted this, but could never make it past Platinum. I really can't wait for the day when a player finally completes this challenge. This is the Crypt Trials, a series of challenges followed by a boss fight, but there would be a player who would do the impossible and beat the Crypt boss as a solo player. This is extremely difficult and is something that no other player could do, and would be completed by Million back in October. I guess anything is really possible. This would also be the time when a player named Apex would go on to obtain over 20,000 wins, becoming the best player in all of Roblox BedWars. The achievements to come are some of the craziest things ever seen in BedWars history, and if you want to create an achievement of your own, then try to subscribe with your elbow. I can guarantee you can't do it. This is MrBeast, a YouTuber who would go on to complete one of the hardest challenges in BedWars history, winning a game blindfolded by convincing other players in the server to jump into the void. He was actually able to win the game, an accomplishment so great which may never be done again. But an equally crazy achievement would be done by a player by the name of Frito, who would go on to obtain a 1,000 win streak. That's right, 1,000 wins in a row. This would be accomplished in duels over 1 year ago, and it's still yet to be broken. It makes my 100 win streak look like nothing. Now all of the achievements before were done by average players, but BedWars would actually get an achievement of its own, becoming the 10th Roblox game to ever reach 5 billion visits. But BedWars would actually go a step further and end up winning not 1, but 2 Bloxy Awards in a row, which is something that no game has ever done. But on the 16th of December 2022, there would be an accomplishment that would put every other achievement on this list to shame. 3 BedWars YouTubers, including Fulton, Tapwater, and MrBeast, would move into a multi-million-dollar Florida house where they would create collaboration videos, and they were only able to do this because of the success BedWars brought to their channel. Now this was definitely an accomplishment well deserved. This is Calliox, a player who would achieved the world record for the most kills ever at over 100,000 kills. How he actually did this was by spamming penguins, which actually counted as legitimate kills. But even with that, it still took him over 2 hours straight. Now that's some dedication. And as Kalix was getting the kill record, Tapwater would be playing BedWars over 50,000 feet in the air. That's right, he would actually manage to play Roblox BedWars on a moving airplane. This is something that no other player has ever done. And believe it or not, someone has actually managed to play BedWars in an even crazier place, which you will see at the end of the video, so you don't want to miss it. Remember how I said that Apex was the first ever player to reach 20,000 wins? Well, on October of 2022, he would achieve something that no one could have ever imagined possible: 30,000 wins. To get this, you have to quite literally have no life outside of BedWars. An accomplishment so great, which even the top players could only dream of. But let's look at an achievement which would shape the way we all play BedWars: the one-tap method. A PvP method where you time your shots to land easy combos. Very few players know this, but this was actually discovered by Tanqr as a way to easily defeat players who auto-click. Players caught on to him using this strategy, which shaped the one-tap method as we know it today. But there would be a day when BedWars would reach the attention of the most famous channel in all of YouTube, the MrBeast team. They would play the game not once, but 2 different times, actually being pretty recently. This is something that very few games have achieved, which just shows how popular BedWars really is. Now, the accomplishments before could have been done by only a few players, but let's look at an achievement that millions of players have attempted, but less than 700 actually managed to do. This is Penguin Survival, and in order to unlock this achievement, you had to make it past wave 10 while taking less than 100 damage, an accomplishment that only the best of the best could complete. Roblox BedWars has been around for over 2 years, and we can all agree that it's changed a ton, that there is a YouTuber who has posted a video every day since the game's release. With over 500 videos, the fresh gamer has achieved a title that no one else will ever be able to have: the ultimate OG. Now let's look at the greatest achievement out of everything else in this video: the craziest place to ever play Roblox BedWars. This would be done by RBX Glitches, where he would rent out an entire movie theater to play BedWars on a 70-foot screen. This is something that no one else has ever done, and I could safely say is the greatest achievement in all of BedWars. But if you want to see me bust some myths, then click on the video on the screen. Hope to see you there. But anyways, thank you for watching.